Gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the John Barnes Show. We are live, we are here, and we are in living color. I know that I haven't streamed in quite a long time. So I thank you guys for your patience. As I know, I always promise, oh, I'm going to stream more. I'm going to stream more. Well, I'm making a commitment today, August 1st, 2023, that I will be streaming more and that I plan to definitely stream a lot during this upcoming NFL season. While everybody has a chance to get in, because I didn't promote that this live stream was happening. It's actually very much been on the whim. I Let me talk a little bit about the channel and what we have coming up. So I always tell people I am not just a New Orleans Saints channel, right? I like to say that I am a gumbo pot of content, and that is true. And I don't want to be wrapped in this Saints bubble that it has to just be Saints, or Pelicans and whatnot. But I also learned while reading up more on how to create successful YouTube channels that your niche is your niche. And I know some people say niche. I like saying niche. It just sounds more fancy, right? Your niche is your niche. And so I looked at the analytics, and I would say about 95% of my audience is New Orleans and Saints fans, right? So it's kind of the equivalent of think of every YouTube channel as an actual TV channel. You don't turn on ESPN because you want to watch a Hallmark movie, right? So it's no surprise when you see my non-Saints content on the John Barnes channel, the views skydive. Whereas if I do a Saints video like the Jimmy Graham video I did last week, the views go up because the fans want what they want. So I have definitely slept over that this off season, and I have took that into consideration, and I will essentially do this. I am going to double down on my Saints content this year. I recognize that, again, your niche is your niche, and you got to listen to your audience. And I know that my audience loves me the most is when I'm delivering Saints content and also Pelicans, anything New Orleans and localized. Right now, that's not to say I'm going to stop doing general content. I actually have some skits in the backlog that I need to get up and just get out there because I took the time to film it, so I might as well just hurry up and post it. But once the season starts, this channel is essentially going to be dedicated to all things Saints. Every now and then you might see something non-Saints, maybe I'll go to a WWE event or whatever, but sports in general is probably what I'm going to double down in. And then, hopefully the audience continues to grow, and then I'll become even more of a brand than just Saints, because I also will be talking a lot about the NFL this season as well. I mean, the NFL is too good of a league, too dramatic of a league to not talk about other non-Saints topics, which we're going to talk about today. This is not going to be a long show, folks, but this is just kind of like a test run and a preview of what's to come on the channel this year. And I do want to say this, though this stream is not sponsored by anybody, it is sponsored by this entity. That's right, folks. You see it on the screen right there. The QR code is right there. This shit more than a game merch. Now, let me tell you, I want to give a special shout out to somebody who I see in the chat right now, and that is probably, and there's no offense to everybody else, but my number one fan. That is Cheryl. Cheryl was not only the first person who purchased not just one, but 4 shirts. But Cheryl has always shown, whether it be a Saints video or any video, Cheryl has always shown me love. And I'm going to show Cheryl a lot of love this season because I want to get back to like the diehard fans. And I appreciate every single one of you fans, trust me. But Cheryl has always shown me love. So shout out to you, Cheryl. Cheryl, thank you so much. I saw that you commented on one of my post that you're looking forward to your shirt coming in tomorrow. I cannot wait to see you. Hopefully, if you can find any type of avenue, I don't know if you're on Twitter or anything, but to post a picture of it, or if your nephews or whoever you give another shirt to, because I definitely want to see the fans wearing it. And I hope you guys, look, y'all, it's a cool shirt, right? Like, I'll explain a bit of the process of the merch later on, but like I took a lot of pride in this shirt, and I didn't want to just give you guys any old, I throw a JPEG on the shirt and ship it blindly to you guys. No, my wife and I, shout out to my wife, we put in about a good 2 or 3 months of doing research on merch, finding the right website to host our merch, finding the right quality of fabric to ship the merch out to you guys. I created this design myself. Congratulations to me, right? Like, I'm good. However, the logo on the back, I did pay a graphic design artist to create that, but we put in a lot of work for these shirts. I am so grateful for everybody who has bought a shirt right now. And if you haven't bought a shirt, what the hell are you waiting for? Now, I know they have some kids who will watch the John Barnes YouTube channel, and they tell me, well, John, I don't know if I can purchase the shirt because it has a curse word on it. Let me just debunk that theory right now. This this is whatever you want it to be. Technically, the shirt says this shy more than a game, right? The fleur de lis is your interpretation, okay? So if your parents are telling you, nah, son, nah, daughter, you cannot buy this shirt because it has a curse word, tell them that's because of their filthy mind. The T or the fleur de lis can be whatever you want it to be. Technically, the shirt is just this shy more than the game, okay? So kids, tell your parents to buck up. And if you are an adult and you have not bought the shirt yet, well, what are you waiting for? Like the season is starting in 2 more months, essentially. Get it now so you can have it for the opening weekend against the Tennessee Titans, man. You got to have it, right? Like, come on. Now, the Falcons game is kind of early this year. Like, don't you want to wear this shirt when it's Falcons week so we can tell them to get the hell out of our face? This shit more than a game, man. So purchase your this shit more than a game shirt now, please. The QR code is right there, folks. And if you don't want to buy it in black and gold colors, we have it in 5 other variation of colors. I looked out for the whole city and the whole state of Louisiana. So please purchase your This Shy More Than the Game shirt now. I see you guys already in the chat talking smack. I love it. I see Honey Badger always comes in and talks smack, and that's good. We're going to have a fun season this year, guys. Again, I am trying to commit, and I'm actually going to try to promise you guys right now, at least once a week during the season, I will do a live show. But let me tell you, let me give you guys a forewarning or something. This isn't going to be just like the John Barnes channel is. This is not going to be your typical Saints podcast, NFL podcast, or whatnot. One I want to do is I want to open up a call log so that people can call with their voicemails and leave me messages that they want to ask me any questions or address any certain topics, and I will answer. But please know that this stream, and every time I do a live stream or podcast, it is no holds barred, all right? There are some great Saints podcasts out there that you guys are constantly in and supporting, and continue to support those guys. Mine's going to be a little bit different. I'm a little bit no host bar. I cannot be, if anything, but John Barnes. I feel like that is why you guys come to my channel, right? So I'm not going to be as nice as some of the other Saints fans and some of the other Saints podcast hosts when you guys come with some ridiculous ass takes and they got to be PG-13. It ain't going to be quite a PG-13 live stream all the time. Now, I'm a nice guy. I'm not trying to act like I'm going to be an asshole all the time, but think of like the Stephen A. Smith show. Like, I am kind of no holds barred, guys, okay? And what you see is what you are going to get, okay? I'm giving you guys a forewarning right now. It's going to be a Saints show quite like you haven't ever expected or experienced before, but that's what's going to make the show very, very fun. Yes, Jerry, $28.03 is how much this shirt costs. Let me say that again, $28.03. That is how much a shirt costs. What a great price, right? It's a funny price, but it's also a very convenient price. $28.03. So now, before we get to the first topic of the show, I do want to send a little bit of commercial before we get to our first topic. So y'all check out this great commercial.
Oh, come on, man, tackle him! You know we put your arms around you, hold him in the tackle him! Oh, man, I'm tired of this thing, man!
Jono, the neighbors are gonna call the cops!
Oh, God, this shit more than a game, man!
Ah, yes. We've all been there before. This shit is more than a game, man. And now, these shirts are more than a game. But did you know that this merch wasn't made only for sportswear? No sirree. This shit more than a game is a lifestyle brand. You can wear the shirts for anything, such as going shopping, working out,
This shit more than a game!
doing chores, setting the mood,
Oh, yeah, that's that thing I like.
changing a tire, robbing a bank,
Go!
jumping a Falcons fan, and so much more. So purchase your official This Shit More Than a Game merch today for the low starting point of $28.03 and let the world know this shit more than a game. Warning, please see a doctor if you feel you've gone too far with taking this shit more than a game. This Shit More Than a Game is not associated or licensed with any organization or entity except for John Bones LLC. This Shit More Than a Game is not responsible for any fights caused by the shirts. John Bones LLC does not promote or recommend violence of any kind unless it's at the expense of a Falcons fan. That I genuinely mean this. That arguably might be my greatest work in my 2.5 years of content creation. Shout out to my wife for being such a trooper, y'all. I mean, the things that I ask her to do and that she does willy-nilly for me, I am very, very grateful. And I'm sure you guys are going to see or hear a lot more of my wife because I'm sure you guys have seen what some people call skits, but they're not skits. They're actually documentaries. My wife has been chronicling my rabbit fanaticism for the past about year and a half now, and she uploads them online because our therapist suggested that. So people always see like the stuff with my wife where she's kind of very much annoyed or scared or angry at me because she thinks I'm too much of a fan. I don't know about that. I don't know. What do y'all think? Y'all think I take this shit too far? I mean, in my opinion, it's shit more than the game, right? And I do think because of the expectations for the Saints this year that you're going to see quite a bit more documentary footage of my wife chronicling what she calls my rabbit fanaticism this season. So be on the lookout for that. And again, guys, this shit more than the game merch. How can you not purchase the shirt? It is a great shirt. It's a great shirt. 5 options. We put a lot of time and delicacy and care into the shirts. I really want you guys to support. And it's kind of my thank you to you guys, because truthfully, and I say this in the video when I unveiled the shirts, there is no merch without you. And I'm not the biggest YouTube creator out there. I'm not the biggest Saints guy out there, et cetera, et cetera. But for the small community that I do have, I feel like it's tight-knit and great enough that I was like, I'm going to take the leap. Besides, life is short. So I was like, God damn it, I'm going to put out the merch. I used to always tell myself I'm not going to drop merch until I get a certain threshold of followers. And I was talking about like 20,000, 40, 50,000 followers. This summer I say, screw it, man. Like, life is short. Go for your dreams. I really think the shirt is a lifestyle brand, by the way. It's not a sportswear. This is a lifestyle brand. This shirt more than the game is a lifestyle choice. Okay? And that's all for you guys. I thank you guys. I hope you guys enjoy the show. You see the QR code right there? All you got to do is take your phone out, take the picture. It'll take you to the website. $28.03, guys. Come on. I'm doing this for you guys. I'm doing this for you guys. Now, I'm trying to follow this chat while doing my live show. I'm really hoping that I have my best friend Ziggy come and do my moderation of the podcast this year, so I can kind of focus on doing the non-technical side. But I'm trying to, I'm doing my best. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. I see you guys in the chat, and I appreciate every single one of you guys. I see it on the side of the thing, so I'm able to see what you guys are saying. So what up, Jerry? Honey Badger, I know you always talk smack, but it's still always love. What up, Slim Sow? What up, Mad Chatter? I see you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. And of course, Mikey, man, Mikey was such a little kid when he first came on, the YouTube Saints experience. And now look at him. He's almost like, he's growing before our very eyes. All right. Now, let's get to the show's topics today. Again, we're not going to be a long podcast. This isn't going to be one of those podcasts or live streams that goes on for 2 hours or whatnot. I ain't got that time, y'all, okay? I ain't got that time. But we will get to some off-season training camp discussions. And the first topic is the return of the one and only Jimmy Graham. Now, I am very excited about the return of Jimmy Graham, and it just feels right? Like I'm happy that it came out, the news came out that he was coming back on the day that I unveiled my merchandise, because this shit more than a game, right? I saw Falcons fans and Bucks fans, of course, talking all that smack like, the Saints fans are so excited that they think Jimmy Graham is going to do something. No, you dumbasses. No, nobody was acting like Jimmy Graham was going to come back and become the 2012 Jimmy Graham. We know that Jimmy Graham is old, okay? We know that Jimmy Graham is past his prime. But what we know is that Jimmy Graham is just a perfect fit for this city because Jimmy Graham laid his hat in this city. So it's more of not just a monumental thing, but it's just a thing of being excited to have one of our own come back to our home. And that's why this shit more than a game, man. Okay? Falcons fans in the Falcons franchise, they be signing these old ass free agents and they be acting like, oh, that's a Super Bowl. That's the final piece of them going to the Super Bowl. That's not Saints fans. No Saints fan was saying all of a sudden because we got Jimmy Graham back there, we're going to the Super Bowl. No, but we were just happy to have him home where he should have never even have left. That trade should have never happened. So it is great. I don't care if it's 10 years too late. It is great to have Jimmy Graham back. And again, yes, he may be past his prime, but I'm sure the Saints have a plan for him, right? Like, nobody's expecting Jimmy Graham to go out there and have 100 catches, 1,000 yards, and 15 touchdowns. No, but we're going to use him in red zone packages. We're going to use him on third downs and shorts. Like, we're going to use him very adequately and very efficiently where he is still going to be able to be a very, very effective player for us. And it's going to be a good signing. But nobody's acting like it's going to be like Jimmy Graham of 2013, right? So Falcons fans and Bucks fans, I know you guys aren't the smartest because how could you be when you're a Falcons and Bucks fan? But come on, wise up. Like, not rise up, Falcons fans. Wise. That's what the Falcons fans should change their motto to. Wise up. Now, come on, guys, wise up. God, it's very tough to be in a division with those guys sometimes. Shout out to the Panthers fans. I don't really think the Panthers fans were talking too much trash. And honestly, if you ask me, Carolina is probably the sneaky team in the NFC this year that might. You guys know every year there's a team in the NFC and AFC that comes out of nowhere and has a good season. I hate to say it, but I kind of think it might be Carolina this year. If it's not us, like if we don't win a division, my money is going to be on Carolina taking that leap and winning the division. Now, it goes to two things. One, they had a very good offseason, in my opinion. They signed some very good free agents that's going to make their team a lot better. And two, it all obviously depends on if Bryce Young is that guy. I hate to be an asshole, but as long as you put on silver and blue or pewter red and silver and black and red, I automatically have to be a hater. So the second that Roger Goodell uttered the line, the Carolina Panthers select Bryce Young with the number one pick, I became his number one hater. So I hope he sucks. I hope he's a bust. I do. It is what it is. This shit more than a game. I hope he's a bust. But if he winds up being as good as advertised, well, then we got to watch out for the Carolina Panthers this year. But as long as Saints fans, and I believe, and I haven't seen no fans go radical and be like, oh, yeah, Jimmy Graham, we got 2013 Jimmy Graham back. We're about to, go crazy, and Jimmy Graham's about to be the number one tight end again. I don't think any Saints fans say that. And if any Saints fan did say that, then, that's just chalk that up to peak training camp fanaticism going on right now. But if Jimmy Graham can just come in, maybe he'll give us 300 yards this season, 6 or 7 touchdowns, because we're going to mainly hopefully use him in the red zone packages where Derek Carr has definitely struggled throughout his career in the red zone. So now we got Jimmy Graham. Now we got Jamal Williams. Now we got Taysom Hill. Now we got Foster Moreau. We got Juwan Johnson. I don't think Derek Carr has any excuses this year. Like if Derek Carr continues to struggle in the red zone with all of the red zone help that we gave him this year, well, then it's going to be pretty unfortunate because, you can only use the Raiders are a dysfunctional franchise for so long. And that's the excuse that we have used and that we continue to use with Dennis Allen. But I'll get to that in a second. I want to talk about another topic, and it's not technically Saints related, but it also is Saints related. I don't know if you guys saw it this week in the news. If you did, let me know in the chat. Who saw Sean Payton's comments last week where he kind of really shot at the hip about the Broncos coaching staff last year, and he kind of took a shot out of nowhere against the New York Jets. Did anybody see that? And did anybody see on Sunday Aaron Rodgers' rebuttal to Sean Payton? So let me get to Sean Payton's comments first. Essentially, Sean Payton apparently went against the code of coach talk, which is he criticized Nathaniel Hackett for the horrible job that he did with Denver last year. And it's not like what Sean Payton said was wrong. I mean, we all saw, anybody with two working eyes can see. Jerry, I disagree. Sean Payton has always been arrogant. It's not Sean Payton is arrogant now. Sean Payton has always been arrogant. And that's the thing, though. Now that he's not wearing black and gold, we kind of maybe can take off our rose-colored glasses and be like, oh, Sean, that was an asshole thing to say. Not me, folks. Not me. I'm going to be 100% transparent. I miss Sean Payton. I miss him. Yeah, he is an asshole, but he was our asshole. And he was a top 5 coach. He continues to be a top 5 coach. I wish him well in Denver. I actually feel like I do think that Sean Payton has some regrets right now. I think Sean Payton would, if you took away everything that's happened, if you ask Sean Payton, with a clean slate, would you rather coach the New Orleans Saints right now or the Denver Broncos? He would have picked the New Orleans Saints because he would have been like, well, goddamn, why would I go to a division with Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert when I can play in the NFC South with the Falcons, right? And the Buccaneers without Tom Brady. But still, all that said, y'all, I miss Sean Payton. And again, he was an asshole and he is an asshole, but he was our asshole. And we all know that if Sean Payton had made those comments while he was wearing the Saints colors and he was talking about the Falcons, we all would have threw him a parade, right? So I don't want us to be, hypocritical and be like, oh, how dare he say that about the Broncos? No. Now, I think that is valid if any fellow coaches criticize him because apparently there's this coach code and Sean Payton went against the code for criticizing another coach. That I can say, okay, Sean, you probably had a little bit too much dip on your chip with that. But all the other things he was saying, I mean, that's just a show. I mean, you don't buy a pet tiger and then be shocked when he bites you, right? You don't buy a pet tiger and then get shocked like, oh my God, my tiger bit me. So how in the hell do you hire Sean Payton and then you be surprised when he goes for Sean Payton? Sean Payton has never hit who he was. Okay, and that's what makes him great. Sean Payton has never hit who he was. That's what makes him great. So all this out, and I'm saying, like, again, the coaches I can understand, and the federal coaches criticizing Sean Payton, but you watch the talking heads on the morning shows and whatnot, they're all like, shame on Sean Payton. And I'm like, what the hell are y'all talking about? First off, Sean Payton gave y'all some content because now that y'all ratings are actually going to finally go up now that we're not in the dog days of the offseason anymore. So y'all should be thanking Sean Payton. But second of all, we get all these former players who go on to be talking heads on ESPN and Fox Sports and CBS Sports and NBC Sports all the time. And they always criticize the current wave of players. So are y'all going off the court? So why is Sean Payton so bad for him to say it? Like, he didn't say anything wrong. Like, the Broncos were a joke last year. And the Broncos let Russell Wilson get away with way too much stuff. So good for Sean Payton for saying it. And yeah, Sean Payton is many things, but one thing he is calculated. He didn't just say that because he had too many drinks that morning. I know he said that as an excuse, but no, Sean Payton is one calculated man. I wish Dennis Adams was as calculated as Sean Payton. Sean Payton knows what he's doing. He's setting the tempo for the Denver Broncos this season, okay? He's trying to make the fall gracefully for Russell Wilson so that some of the pressure is off of Russell Wilson. Sean Payton is setting up all the things that are needed to rebuild a team the same way he did with the New Orleans Saints in 2006. And as a fan, just as a fan who likes the type of shenanigans and, excuse my language, the fuckery that comes from stuff like that, I miss Sean Payton. I do. I wish he said that while he was the Saints coach and he talked about the Falcons like that. Because we would have been, again, throwing the parade of Sean Payton said that while he was with the Saints. I miss Sean Payton. He's entertaining. He's an asshole. He's not our asshole anymore, but I can personally appreciate the assholeness in sports sometimes, okay? So I think Saints fans, if you have a problem with what Sean Payton said, think about this and ask yourself this, honestly. If Sean Payton had said that while wearing black and gold and he was talking about the Falcons, would y'all have felt the same way that you feel now if you think that Sean Payton was in the wrong? And be honest. Be honest. Because I don't think you guys would. In fact, I think you guys would be laughing and talking trash right back to the Falcons. So all this, criticism about Sean Payton and what he said, I think is ridiculous. And I think the biggest one who criticized him that I understand why he criticized them, but Aaron Rodgers. Now, let me just say this right now. I think Aaron Rodgers is a great quarterback. And I remember when Aaron Rodgers was obviously on his way to becoming a free agent last offseason, there were some fans who were like, would you as a Saints fan take Aaron Rodgers on the black and gold? And I was like, hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. I just have to go through a season of Andy Dalton and Jameis Winston with a bad back. You think I'm going to dumb my nose up to Aaron Rodgers? Are you kidding me? Heck yeah, I would have took Aaron Rodgers. But I can also admit that Aaron Rodgers, I don't want to call him a dumbass, but man, does he be saying some dumbass shit sometimes. I'm sorry, but he does. Like his whole, and I used to always be an advocate of Aaron Rodgers, but his whole spiel that he did throughout the pandemic and, lying about being vaccinated, then coming out as an anti-vax guy, and then just all these radical, crazy-ass things he was saying, he's got some nerve to tell Sean Payton to keep his coach's name out his mouth. Again, I get it. Nathaniel Hackett is Aaron Rodgers' guy, so of course Aaron Rodgers is going to stand up for Nathaniel Hackett. But Aaron Rodgers, you have some damn nerve. All the dumb shit that you've said the past 2 years, you're going to tell Sean Payton he was out of line? Dude, at least Sean Payton is keeping his sports. You're taking real life issues that you be coming out with when you're doing your dumb old Pat McAfee interviews and Joe Rogan interviews with some of the most asinine things I've ever heard an established quarterback say. And you got the nerve to tell Sean Payton to shut the hell up. Maybe you need to take some of your own advice, Aaron Rodgers, and you need to shut the hell up. Okay? I'm sorry, but I'm not going to let a guy who comes out talking about the vaccine is a government conspiracy to put chips in us and all the dumb stuff that he was yabbling on about and needing to go on a darkness retreat where he probably did so much drugs and stuff. He's got the nerve to tell Sean Payton to shut the hell up. And it's a shame. I was kind of disappointed that Sean Payton declined to comment on when the media asked him about Aaron Rodgers' comments, because I would have told Aaron Rodgers, if I was Sean Payton, I would be like, look, dude, me and you are kind of one and the same. One, we only have one Super Bowl win. A lot of people think that we should have a lot more Super Bowls. But at least I got robbed in 2018. I have an excuse for not having a second Super Bowl. What's your excuse, Aaron Rodgers? And secondly, I would be like, man, the last time we played, I put up 38 points on your team head with Jameis Winston as my quarterback. You guys only had I think 3 or 10 points that game. So if you're going to come at me, Aaron Rodgers, come correctly. Put some bass in your voice and put some respect on my name. That's what I would have said if I was Sean Payton. Again, I'm with the shits. Y'all see my skits and stuff. I am with the shits. So I was a little disappointed that Sean Payton kind of is backing away from the comments, but I get it. He's like, okay, I can't let this become too much of a distraction to my team. But Aaron Rodgers' comment would have really kind of set me off all back. I know you ain't talking. Y'all know that meme that everybody usually posts every now and then on social media where it's Big Boy from the movie Atlanta, where he's like, I know that ain't who I think it is. When Aaron Rodgers told Sean Payton to shut the hell up, I would have been like, I know that ain't who I think it is. Aaron Rodgers? You? Anti-vaccination Aaron Rodgers? The same Aaron Rodgers that goes on these crazy-ass spills on the Pat McAfee show that people be like, what the hell are you talking about? You telling me to shut the hell up? Man, get out my goddamn face. You and your coach suck. So all that said, I cannot wait until week 5 when the Broncos play the New York Jets. And the good thing is that game is at 3:30 p.m. Central Time. So us Saints fans are going to be able to watch us versus the New England Patriots and then watch Sean Payton versus the New York Jets. And I hope the Broncos win. Now, I guess technically I need the Broncos to have a bad year this year because we have the second-round pick, and I really want that second-round pick to be a high pick, obviously. But I also am happy that Sean Payton is in the AFC so that, again, the dude bought us a Super Bowl. So I'm going to forever be indebted to Sean Payton. I'm always going to cheer for him. And when he continues to be an asshole, guess what? I'm going to enjoy it because we cheer for that asshole for 15 years. I'm not going to act brand new now that he's an asshole in blue and orange. I'm looking forward to the Broncos versus the Jets in week 5. I'm hoping Sean Payton and the Broncos whip that ass. Because if you ask me, the New York Jets fans and the New York Jets players and the New York Jets analysts and the New York Jets former players, they're talking way too spicy for a team that hasn't accomplished shit yet. The Jets haven't accomplished shit yet. They didn't make the playoffs last year. And they're talking like they are, a perennial contender. I get it. You guys got Aaron Rodgers. Newsflash, Aaron Rodgers didn't have the greatest year last year. We might look at 2022 as the year that Aaron Rodgers started to have the inevitable fall that most quarterbacks have. So just because you guys got Aaron Rodgers in 2023 doesn't mean that you guys are destined for the playoffs. This might be history repeating itself. We all remember in 2008, I believe, Brett Favre went from the Packers to the Jets. And look how that ended. Astronomically horribly, right? So the Jets and their players and their former players and their fans, man, they talking as if they're the Kansas City Chiefs. Like, slow down, y'all. Slow down. Y'all got a little too much dip on your chip, too. Y'all ain't accomplished nothing yet. So let's not act like y'all so high and above the Broncos that y'all think that, y'all just going to go into week 5 and whip the Broncos' ass for Sean Payton talking spicy. Man, please. Come on now. I'm hoping that the Broncos win, and I'm hoping that Sean Payton does his typical petty shit where, like, the team is up 21 and it's 4th and 2, and Sean Payton decides to still go for it and goes for like a triple reverse flea flicker where he goes for a touchdown. That's the assholeness that I like about Sean Payton. That's the assholeness that you all cheered for 15 years with Sean Payton. So please do not act brand new this season when Sean Payton continues to show you that he's an asshole. Do not come into the John Barnes channel and say, how dare Sean Payton do that? Because I promise you guys, again, that can only be me. I will call you out for it. Because if he was doing that to the Falcons, you guys would be throwing him a goddamn parade, okay? So, Aaron Rodgers, how about you shut the hell up? And to our third and final topic. And again, guys, I see the chat going crazy. I appreciate the hell out of you all. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to buy you a T-shirt. I'm really going to try my best. This is like a test run. Again, I'm going to podcast every week this year because you guys deserve it. And I'm trying to get my best friend Ziggy, I think he was in the chat, to moderate so I can have him, read the comments to me while I go off on my rants. Okay, I'm going to have either a hotline set up or something where you guys can call and leave 1-minute messages where you guys want to ask me probably any questions or you want to get your takes off. It's coming, okay? It's coming. This is just like a preview of what's to come. So my final topic today, though, is basically what are the Saints playoff chances in 2023? And it's kind of funny, right? So we all know last year went horribly wrong. It was a disaster of a season. And what makes me even more upset is that the NFC South was garbage last year. I mean, the NFC South was arguably the worst division of all time. I actually don't mind, guys. Like, I see you all mad at Honey Badger. Yeah, y'all can talk shit to him, but I don't mind him talking shit. Like, again, this is a no-holds-barred podcast. Like, I'm not going to be politically correct in this podcast. As long as it's not racist or sexist or homophobic or anything like that, I don't mind people coming in to talk trash. I just asked you Saints fans to bring that shit back, okay? Talk that shit right back and let them know it's shit more than a game. I appreciate you, Ziggy. So last year was horribly went horribly wrong. We was in the worst division of all time, arguably, and we still didn't make the playoffs. We didn't even finish second. We finished third, I think. I think Carolina beat us in week 17, so we wind up going to the third spot. That's embarrassing. That is embarrassing. And I also remember December 2022 when Derek Carr got benched. So everybody started saying, it kind of seems like it's destiny, right? That Dennis Allen is going to bring Derek Carr back to coach him again, because Dennis Allen has definitely damn near brought back his whole coaching staff and any player that he could that's still playing from his tenure as the Oakland Raiders head coach. And Saints fans were not thrilled with that idea. They were not thrilled with the idea. Like Bam and Dooley's talking some mad shit in the chat right now. I like that. This shit more than the game. Everybody was not thrilled. And I don't go say everybody, but a lot of Saints fans were not thrilled with the idea of Derek Carr being our quarterback in December 2022. And it's just amazing. It is just amazing. You know what? Let's take a quick break. I'm going to show you guys just how quick Saints fans can flip, okay? Because remember, let's say I had done a chat in December 2022 when Derek Carr was struggling and the Raiders benched him. And I say, y'all, what did you guys think about maybe, Jameis Winston leaving and we signed Derek Carr? I'm going to say, with no scientific research, that 75% of Saints fans would say, hell no, we don't want Derek Carr, right? So let me show you guys essentially how Saints fans are.
Jono, I just saw an interesting tweet. Jono, did I miss? What?
No, I'm just doing the prayer for the Pelicans, the way they've been playing. They're going to get.
I just saw a tweet that Derek Carr something about going to the Jets. I thought we were
that's a shock. Well, that's a shock. A free agent uses the Saints once again just for a free meal.
I'm just asking a question.
The same Derek Carr that won one playoff appearance and only 0 playoff wins, right? That Derek Carr. I'm supposed to be mad about that. The same Derek Carr that we will be trusting Dennis Allen and Pete Carmichael to lead us to the promised land. I'm supposed to be gutted because he's going to the Jets over the
clearly
Saints.
I'm
Get out of here,
okay.
man.
All right. I was just asking a question. I was just asking a question.
Maybe even Anthony Richardson or somebody that
can
actually
shoot,
lead this team.
Jono, wait. Shh. Look at the TV. He is coming to us. So that tweet, I don't know. I guess I just saw a fake tweet or something. But
Derek Carr is signing with the Saints.
Wait, you don't like Derek Carr? I'm sorry. I forgot.
Hell yeah! You got Derek Carr!
What are you doing? Wait.
Come on, man!
I thought you didn't like Derek Carr.
Super Bowl.
I thought you didn't like Derek Carr. Wait,
I like Derek Carr. The same Derek Carr that went toe-to-toe with Patrick Mahomes. The same Derek Carr that has over 200 touchdowns. Derek Carr with this defense? Come on, man. This shit more than a game.
No.
We're going to the Super Bowl. I ain't playing with that, man. Let's go.
You're going to get us kicked out of here.
Well, I'm about to go tell the whole damn world. The Saints are back, baby.
Oh, God.
All right, so 2 things. One, when I left out the hotel room at that end of that scene, great timing, right? The housekeeping was on that floor, and boy, they gave me the craziest "who in the hell is this motherfucker? And what is he doing?" look on their faces when I walked out the room. And secondly, hey man, I gotta flex a little bit. Y'all see, ever since that video, I've been working out this season, so y'all getting a brand new journal this season. Y'all saw how skinny I was in there. I'm still skinny, but look at that. Yo, I've been working out. You know why? Because this shit more than the game, right? So y'all gonna get a little bit of a buff journal. What I want y'all to do me a favor this year. I want y'all, once I start posting my 2023 season skits, look at the 2022 skits, look at the 2023 skits, and look at the noticeably different appearance of one Jono Barnes. Just notice it was not steroids. I've been putting in that work because this shit more than the game. But that video, it wasn't a skit, by the way, it was documentary footage. That's exactly how Saints fans are now. I saw Bam and Dooley say that she was all in for Derek Carr from the get-go. And I definitely would take you for your word. And I do believe that there were some fans who are like, yeah, we do want Derek Carr. But I promise you, a majority of the Saints fans were like, no, Derek Carr just got benched. Why in the hell would we want him with the New Orleans Saints? And it just shows you how quick, right? Just that off-season. I don't know what it is. Scientists have not been able to even figure it out yet. Like how the off-season can just make fans do a complete 180 on everything. If you would have told us in December that, Dennis Allen and Derek Carr is going to be leading you guys in 2023, most of us would have been like, oh, no, like those two? And now look at us, like we're all predicting essentially that we're going to go to the playoffs. It's just amazing what the offseason can do. I guess it's because a lot of it is that, you get some time away to suppress your emotions and let the stain of how the prior season ended waddle away. and then you let that hope and renewed optimism build back up. But it's funny. I'm sorry, it's funny, and that's kind of a lot of what my content calls out. It's just how quick fans are to switch it up. Now, when Derek Carr was rumored to be coming to New Orleans in late January, I wasn't doing jumping jacks about it. I'll admit I was not doing jumping jacks about it, but I was like, again, after a full season of Andy Dalton, and as much as I love Jameis, I've said this many times, you guys, I feel like his body has just essentially sadly broken down on him, that you cannot trust him for a 17-game season anymore. I was like, I'm okay with with Derek Carr being our quarterback. I kind of would have probably said in January, I would rather us rebuild and fire everybody, honestly, and tank. Now, I will say this. I appreciate that Mickey Loomis is like, hell with that. Mickey Loomis is like, I don't know how long I have on this planet Earth. Every year that I'm the GM, I'm going for it. I'm going to try to be a playoff team. I appreciate that. I appreciate having a team that doesn't believe essentially in tanking. But I wasn't like super opposed to Derek Carr, but I also wasn't acting like, oh, he's going to be a savior if we get him. And ever since we have signed him, though, he has done amazingly great at selling the fans on the fact that he can potentially be the guy. But I will warn you guys, Jameis was the same way. Like, Jameis convinced us all that he was going to be that guy. And again, Jameis, technically, he kind of has an excuse because he got hurt, obviously, so we never really got to see the full potential, unfortunately, of what Jameis could have done if healthy. But the NFL is not a fair league, so it is what it is. But I am very, very much on the Derek Carr train, and it's very fitting, right? You know, Derek Carr comes from Las Vegas / Oakland. Dennis Allen came from a failed tenure in Oakland, and now these two are joined at the hip. And guys, there's just no more excuses for them. Like, this is it. This is put up or shut up time. Unless Derek Carr gets hurt, there is no excuses for either one of them. Like, if we are not a good team this year, I don't want to hear any excuses. I don't want to hear any of that. This is Dennis Allen and Derek Carr's last stand. It is put up or shut up time. This is the NFL. You don't get multiple chances to show that you can be that guy. Dennis Allen should be very, very appreciative that he is going into his 5th year as a head coach. He has never had a winning record. Think about that. I can promise you that's probably, you can count on one hand how many times a coach has had 5 years in the NFL with no winning record. Dennis Allen is one of the luckiest people alive. There's no more excuses. The only excuse I would ever give any team / coach is if a starting quarterback goes down, because we know this is a quarterback league. So if Derek Carr, God forbid, knock on wood, God forbid if he goes down, then I'll be like, okay, it is what it is, right? I mean, I know we got Jameis Winston at backup, and apparently Jake Hayner is the camp darling this year. He's apparently having a great training camp. That would be funny, right, if Jake Hayner comes in and becomes the savior for the Saints. But no excuses. Absolutely no excuses for Derek Carr and Dennis Allen this year. And I'm doing my best. I'm wrestling with the idea. You guys saw my channel last year. I was probably the toughest critic on Dennis Allen, and I called for him to be fired in November. Like, I was one of those people. Show me who you are one time. That's enough for me. And it was just a frustrating ass season. And I was like, yeah, dude, I just don't see Dennis Allen ever being that guy. Yet here we are. Mickey Loomis apparently wants to put his fate and his career potentially into Dennis Allen's hand. So no excuses this year. Dennis Allen and Derek Carr has to get it done. And the funny thing is, so I'm just like you guys. I'm predicting that the Saints are going to go to the playoffs. I don't think we're a Super Bowl team. It would have to take a lot of luck for us to go to the Super Bowl. I hope so. Lord knows we deserve some luck, right? But you will not see John Barnes predicting the Super Bowl. That is, unless we beat the Titans' ass in week 1. Then I'm going to be like, hell yeah, we're going to the Super Bowl. But I'm wrestling with the fact that I'm one of the main antagonists, if you want to call it that, against Dennis Allen. And yet here I am, letting the offseason hype get to me. And I'm like, yeah, but you know what? I think the Saints, led by Dennis Allen, are going to go to the playoffs. And a lot of me is wondering, Jonathan, are you setting yourself up for a fall again? Like, Like, come on, Jono. Like, you keep saying how much of a shortcoming Dennis Allen is a head coach. So why are you telling yourself that the Saints are going to be in the playoffs this year? And I just don't know. I guess it's the beauty of being a fan, right? That's the beauty of sports. It's that endless hope. It's that constant optimism. My wife always says I'm a glass half full guy by nature. Like, I've seen what Dennis Allen is as a head coach. I've seen what Derek Carr is as a quarterback. And yet I'm looking at these two guys and I think that they can bring us to the playoffs. And I have no reason to. The same way, honestly, we had no reason to believe that Jameis could. We all were cracking jokes on Jameis Winston when he was with Tampa Bay. 30 for 30. We all thought he was a joke. And then we all convinced ourselves that this guy was going to be the heir apparent to Drew Brees. And now we're doing the same thing with Dennis Allen and Derek Carr. Like, we all know that Dennis Allen, I mean, if y'all look at the coach rankings that all these media outlets do, Dennis Allen is always in the bottom 3. And he deserves to be. The dude this is kind of funny. He has a 0.328 percentage, a winning percentage as a head coach. A 0.328 percentage. It's actually pretty funny. If Dennis Allen wasn't being a great coach, I'll bet Dennis Allen. Respect to you. You played the long game with that, 328. So, of course, he's going to be known and viewed as one of the worst coaches in the league. And yet here we are as Saints fans, and we think that this guy can take us to the playoffs. If Dennis Allen was with the Falcons, we would be like, oh, boy, thank God for the Falcons being a shitty-ass franchise and always giving us 2 free easy wins a season. Now, they still do, but it's just funny how when a guy is wearing your colors, how instantly, or even not even instantly, but just gradually over time, you start to be like, okay, you know what? This guy, maybe he's not so bad. So I guess at least if the Saints do disappoint this year, I'm not going to be as mad as I was last season. And y'all saw my rant videos last year. I got pretty mad. But then again, I'm saying that right now. Sometimes bad football and stupid football is what really drives me. Like, the Saints did a lot of stupid football last year. Bad football is one thing, especially, bad football when the team just isn't that talented. But the Saints have a fairly talented, albeit old. I'm a little worried about us being a bit on the older side of things. We do have a talented team. So when I see a talented team playing bad football, I get mad. And when I see a team playing stupid football, that's when I get really mad. At the false starts, the penalties, the Saints were making the same mistakes week after week after week. And I'm like, Dennis Allen, what in the hell are you doing? Like, dude, you're a head coach. Fix it. That's what gets me, you can hear it in my voice. That's what gets me mad. So I might still get mad if the Saints disappoint this year. But I'm telling myself that Dennis Allen and technically Derek Carr has shown me who they are before. So why should I be surprised if they wind up disappointing? Now, I have a lot more faith, though, in Derek Carr than I have in Dennis Allen. And I'll be 100% transparent. A lot of that's just me being a biased fan, right? Okay, Derek Carr's wearing black and gold now. So now I'm looking at all of his positives. But I do think Derek Carr is, at worst, a solid quarterback. At worst, at his peak, he can be a very, very good quarterback. And I think that, with the right pieces around him and with a strong defense, he can definitely be a quarterback that leads a team to a playoff run and possibly even a Super Bowl run. Again, I'm not saying the Saints are a Super Bowl team. I do not think we are, unless we get a lot of luck to come our way. But I do think Derek Carr is good enough for that. I do not. I've said this one time. I'll say it a million times. I do not think Dennis Allen is anywhere close to even being a solid coach. I think he's horrible. And I think if you guys do not think Dennis Allen is a horrible coach, then you're blinding yourself because he's wearing black and gold. I'll give Dennis Allen one thing. The man can coach a hell out of a defense. He is an elite defensive guy. If only he could carry some of that to being a damn good head coach. And I want him to prove me wrong. And I promise you guys, I've said this before, the apology will be as loud as the disrespect has been if Dennis Allen proves me wrong this year. I need him to prove me wrong. It's not like I go to bed saying, ooh, I hope Dwayne Barnes is right about Dennis Allen. No, I go to bed saying, I hope that Dennis Allen is wrong, is right about Dwayne Barnes being a dumbass. I'm sure if Dennis Allen watches all my stuff, he'll be like, man, what a dumbass. This guy doesn't know what it takes to be a head coach. Prove me wrong, Dennis. Make me look like a dumbass. I want to. Please. but I can only go by what the resume says. And Dennis Allen is not a good head coach. Yet here I am, folks, predicting that the New Orleans Saints are going to win the NFC South and make it to the playoffs. You got to love fanaticism, right? You got to love fanaticism. And you know why, guys? You know why I feel that way? Because this shit more than a game. We're going to have a good season, guys. I'm going to try to podcast as much in the coming weeks leading up to the season. But again, my promise to you guys is I would do my best to podcast and live stream at least once a week during the season. I have some vacation time coming up. I'm going to Disney World. That should be fun, right? Look out for some content with that. Wink, wink. And I have, what else do I have coming up? Well, I do have this, guys. You know, not only am I asking you guys technically to give me money with the merch, it's not really giving me money. Like, I'm giving you guys a service or a gift back with the This Shit More Than a Game shirt. Y'all see it right there, the QR code. All you got to do is put your phone up. The website comes right up for $28.03. But I also want to save you guys money, right? So check out this exclusive Jono Barnes promotion. It's a gift just for you for being a fan. Are you going to a sports game or a concert or any major event? Well, buy your tickets from SeatGeek and use the promo code JONO at checkout, and you can receive $20 off your purchase over $50. That's $20 off your purchase. What are you waiting for? You know this shit more than a game, man. All right, so let me know in the chat right quick, guys. Is anybody planning to go to a Saints game at the Superdome this year? Or is any Saints fan, or even if you're not a Saints fan, are you guys planning on going to any road game in the NFL this year? Or even if you're planning on going to the Beyonce concert or the Taylor Swift concerts. Apparently the whole damn world's been going to those concerts. Is anybody planning on going to one of those type of events this year? And if you are, that promo code is for you. If you buy your tickets on SeatGeek and your purchase is over $50, folks, listen to this. If you buy a ticket or tickets and your seats are over $50, when you get to checkout, put the promo code JONO. Very easy. Y'all know how to spell my name, right? JONO. Put the promo code JONO in and you will save $20. Don't say I didn't give you a heads up, okay? I am trying to save you guys money this year. I know a lot of you guys are going to road games and Saints games this year. Some of you guys are going to concerts and whatnot. WWE events too, Ziggy. Actually, my brother went to a WWE, my own brother went to a WWE event this past week. He put the promo code JONO in. His little brother saved him $20. His tickets that was like $100 came out to $80 because he put the promo code JONO in. If you are, now it's only, unfortunately, I wish you could do it multiple times, but it's only a one-time thing. So if you are going to a road game this year, or if you're going to a Saints game this year, or if you're going to a concert, another sporting event, whatever, if you buy your tickets on SeatGeek and your total is over $50, use the promo code JONO at checkout and you will save $20. That is my gift to you guys because you guys have been so damn awesome to me. Again, I'm not the biggest Saints content creator out there. I'm not the biggest content creator out there in general. But the community that I have been able to accumulate in the past 2.5 years of doing content has been real, real special to me. And I am very, very grateful for the love and support that you guys have shown me. And I'm going to do my best to give you that same love and support back in whichever way I can. So you guys see we got merch now. We got SeatGeek promotions. There's a lot of things that I'm going to continue to try to invest in and to partner and collab with to give you guys the fan. And I hate saying the word fan because it's like this Jono Barnes, like I'm not big kid enough to think I have fans. Support. I used to say the word supporters. To give you guys the supporter audience experience that you deserve, okay? So again, if you're on SeatGeek and you're going to any event and your total is over $50, use the promo code JONO and you'll save $20. And if you really want to support, folks, you see it right here, right? This shit more than the game. Thank you, Cheryl. Cheryl, you're definitely my number one fan. I love the hell out of Cheryl, man. This shit more than the game. You got it in black and gold. I have it in purple and gold. I have it in green and blue. I have it in navy red. I don't say navy red. Navy blue and red. And I have it in white and blue. I have 5 different color schemes because I want to look out for the whole state of Louisiana because we all know this shit more than the game, right? And, I'm kind of, I'm a small, this was my first dabble into being a small business owner. So I have a lot more color schemes, very fitting for the city and for the state and for special times in our calendar year. That if these shirts continue to be a success, say that 3 times fast. These shirts continue to be a success. I can't believe little old Jono who slurs his words sometimes has a little bit of a speech impediment as a YouTube audience. That's crazy to me. But if these shirts continue to be a success, I will have even more design layouts coming out that are very, very special to you guys. So keep supporting, but also keep on the lookout because we have a lot more in a pipeline. Okay, what I dropped 5 designs. That's just a start. That is just a start. I have a lot more, but just like any small business, it all will depend on supply and demand. If the demand is there, I'm going to continue to give you guys the best that I got. If the demand isn't there, I am just still honestly grateful. When Cheryl was the first person that bought 4 shirts, from the first minute that I opened up that store, I say that's a success. Like I say, I can go to sleep for the rest of my life saying my merch drop was a success because selling 1 shirt meant the world to me. Selling multiple shirts has been a damn good blessing. So if you have bought a shirt, thank you. If you plan to buy a shirt, thank you. If you haven't bought a shirt, shame on you. Shame on you. Look, let me tell y'all something. You out of this shit more than the game certified or you're not. You're out of this shit more than the game certified or you're not. I don't know if y'all used to watch wrestling, but back in the day, you had that NWO shirt. You were out of NWO for life or you wasn't. You was out of the cool kid or you wasn't. You had to have that Austin 316 shirt or you didn't. You was out of hip or you wasn't. Not everybody can wear these colors loud and proud, man. It takes a special breed. So if you haven't bought the shirt, at least consider it. And again, to the kids, because I know that there's a good bit of kids that be on YouTube. I even had one say, hey, Jono, I would love to buy one, but I don't know if my school is going to allow. Man, hell with that school. You wear that shit. I remember when I was a little kid in middle school, I was doing the DX chop, the suck it. Man, now look at me, right? And again, remember one more thing. I don't have much room to stand up, but look. Technically, it's not a curse word. The fleur-de-lis is up to interpretation. If you want to take it as a T, that's on you. That's on your imagination. The fleur-de-lis can mean anything. It can mean an R to some people. This shirt more than the game, right? Technically, it's not a curse word. All right? So don't be worried. Don't be scared if you feel like, oh, I can't wear a shirt with a curse word on it. It's not a curse word. It's a fleur-de-lis. Technically, it says this shy more than the game. The fleur-de-lis is up to you. Hey, I appreciate the hell out of you guys. I love you guys again. I promise this year I am going to podcast and live stream at least once a week during the season, and I'll try to do some more episodes throughout this thank God, these last few weeks of the off season. We're going to have fun. I'm going to try to set up a toll-free call line, so if you guys want to leave me any questions or comments or hot takes throughout the week, you can, and I will play them. I don't know if Ziggy is still in the chat room, but I would definitely try my best to have a moderator on so that he can read the chat to me because it's kind of hard to get my takes off while manning the back of the studio and reading all the comments. And I really do want to read all the comments because I appreciate the hell out of all you guys. Seriously. All of you guys. Ian, Senpai, Bam and Dooley, Miles, all of you guys. Of course, Cheryl, Hoodie, Ziggy, of course, my best friend Ziggy. No, I'm not promising that Ziggy's going to be the moderator because let me tell y'all, Ziggy has a busy ass life and he's already moderating like 3 other shows. So I'm not going to try to stretch my best friend then, but he's just really good at his job. And that's why I'm kind of like, come on, Ziggy, like come help your boy out. We're going to have a great time. But the more I do this, obviously, the better I'll get at it. I appreciate the hell out of all of you guys. Thanks for liking the stream. Thanks for what's the other thing? Liking, subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, which I imagine, I mean, we have 22 people. I imagine all 22 of you guys are subscribers. But if you aren't, subscribe to the channel, man. It's gonna be fun. Again, this is like a channel very different than any other channel you would have, right? And these live streams are going to be different than most of the live streams that you're used to. It's going to be no holds barred. I'm going to be okay if you guys call me a dumbass with some of my takes, as long as you guys are okay with me calling out some of your takes, because it's, at the end of the day, it's sports, right? Like you got to have some thick skin. I have some pretty good thick skin. Like I put myself out there as a content creator enough that usually on Twitter, mainly, I see people who don't like me or think that my content is stupid or whack. I've seen people call me lame and corny or whatever. You know, I have thick skin. I knew what I was doing when I put myself out there as a content creator. So I can definitely take, like, if fans come on or call in and say, what a dumbass take, John, or anything like that. It's all in fun, but it's all supposed to be real too. So just have some thick skin. We're going to have fun. I love and appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you guys for all showing support. You're right, Ian. Oh, Ian. And, you know, sweat off my back, dude. I'll say this. I got 5,000 and something change on YouTube. I got 8,000 and something change on Twitter. Somebody likes me, right? Somebody likes me. I live by this rule as a content creator. Show more love to your supporters than you show attention to your haters, right? So I'm always going to show more love to you guys than I ever give any attention to the haters. But always remember, if you ain't got haters, then you ain't popping, right? I guess I'm popping if I got a few haters out there. Appreciate you guys. Jerry, appreciate you as always. Again, you guys, QR code right there. This shit more than a game merch. Please go get it now. Black and gold, purple and gold, green and blue, navy blue and red, white and blue. Only $28.03. Y'all heard that? $28.03. $28.03. I do this for y'all. I do this for y'all. I don't know if y'all be seeing, like, some content creators, they be having their shirts for like 30, 35, 40, 45. Transparently, I'm not making much of a revenue whenever I sell a shirt, just being honest. But it wasn't just about making money with this. Like, this was about giving back to you guys and, I guess, irrationally starting a movement with this shit more than the game brand, right? Like, it's a lifestyle. It's not just a sportswear. Like, this shit more than the game is a lifestyle. You just got paid and it's Friday night. It's shit more than the game. Your mama calls you because she says, guess what, honey? I got some gumbo on the pot. You better come home. Hold this shit more than the game, right? You in the gym. You're getting your pumping. You're tired, right? But you got to keep going. Why? Because this shit more than the game. This shit more than the game is a lifestyle, man. It's a lifestyle. And I want to give that lifestyle to you guys. And I hope that the price of $28.03 is a great price for you all to consider purchasing a t-shirt or two. So I love you guys. I thank you guys. Again, this channel is definitely going to, transparently, I'm letting you guys know right now, I'm trying to take it up another level this year with this channel. I'm trying to, I feel you, Bam. Trust me. I feel you. I am trying to go up another notch on the ladder to success with this channel. And I feel like this upcoming season, an NFL season, is the perfect time to do it. So I am going to do my damnedest to put in work. I'm going to be at the season opener against Tennessee. I'm going to go to Houston, and I'll do my best to vlog that one. I'm going to be in Minnesota this year. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to wear this shirt with pride. And we'll see what shenanigans come of it. And we'll see what skits come up this season. And we'll see what documentary footage from my wife comes up this season. But either way, I promise you guys, you guys are in for one hell of a ride this season. So thank you guys for joining me on this Tuesday night. I know this was a very random stream. I didn't even promote it, but I kind of wanted to do a test run, and I'm just so grateful for all 20 plus people of you guys who joined. If you guys are at the games this year too, hit me up on Twitter. I'll definitely be more than happy to link up with some of you guys and, you know, share a quick word or whatever. And especially if you guys got the shirt, I would love to take pictures with fans who have the shirt on, because any sale that I get from the shirt, I promise you guys, it means the world to me. And even though the front is cool, I'm telling y'all, who wouldn't want to wear a shirt with this guy on the back, right? I mean, he's so sexy. Like, come on. So you guys have a great night. Always remember, it's still who that. And always remember, folks, this shit more than the game. Love you guys. Y'all have a good one.
Oh, come on, man. Tackle him. You know what the dogs are. You hold him in the tackle. Tackle him. Oh, man. I'm tired of this thing, man.
John, the neighbors are going to call the cops.
Oh, God. This shit more than a game, man.
Ah, yes. We've all been there before. This shit is more than a game, man. And now, these shirts are more than a game. But did you know that this merch wasn't made only for sportswear? No sirree. This shit more than a game is a lifestyle brand. You can wear the shirts for anything, such as going shopping, working out,
This shit more than a game.
doing chores, setting the mood,
Yeah, that's that thing I like.
Changing a tire. Robbing a bank.
Go, 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 go!
Jumping a Falcons fan. And so much more. So purchase your official This Shit More Than a Game merch today for the low starting point of $28.03 and let the world know this shit more than a game. Warning, please see a doctor if you feel you've gone too far with taking this shit more than a game. This Shit More Than a Game is not associated or licensed with any organization or entity except for John Bones LLC. This Shit More Than a Game is not responsible for any fights caused by the shirts. John Bones LLC does not promote or recommend violence of any kind unless it's at the expense of a Falcons fan.